Thank you, Senator, for your leadership on this crucial issue. As someone who was deployed to a combat zone, I know how stressful that experience can be. You're trying to do your job and serve your nation under the most difficult of circumstances. At the same time, you're worried about the family that you've left behind. I can only imagine the stress service members are under when they also face financial difficulties during their service. That's why the Military Consumer Protection Act is so important. It allows our service members to do their jobs without the distraction of unfair financial pressure. Right now, we have the Service Member Civil Relief Act, and we have the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, but the SCRA is not being enforced consistently in the way that it was intended to be. This legislation will allow the CFPB to protect our service members in the way they deserve. Senator Reid helped create the Office of Service Member Affairs within the CFPB to provide this type of protection. The bottom line is that unscrupulous actors in the consumer finance marketplace not only cause financial difficulty for our service members and their families, but also directly impact military readiness. When the Department of Defense loses qualified service members because of financial instability, they also lose mission capability and the significant investment made in training. Service members can also lose their secret rating and their security ratings, such as secret, top secret, and the like, if they have financial difficulties. So this is a real impact on military readiness. Service members deserve a strong watchdog to look after their financial well-being while they're looking out for our nation's security, and the Military Consumer Protection Act does just that. I'm very proud to be able to introduce Senator Durbin, my senior senator from Illinois, someone who as early as 2009, was among the first leaders in the Senate to introduce work on a CFPB predecessor. So, and I certainly know full well as a soldier who was injured and needing help, that he's always stepped up for our military men and women and their families.
I want to thank Congresswoman Tammy Duckworth and my colleague, Senator Jack Reed, for bringing this matter forward today. I get exercised over the exploitation of consumers, period. But I get especially exercised when these consumers happen to be veterans and members of the active military. And it is a fact and proven over and over again that it happens all the time. Go to a military base and take a look at what's sitting outside most bases. Predatory lenders, people who are trying with payday loans and others to take advantage of military families. In many ways, they are not only endangering these families and their economic future, they are threatening the stability of our military. So when we step forward here and say we want a real watchdog when it comes to protecting the military, I think we've come up with a very good one here. I remember when then Professor Elizabeth Warren suggested the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and we sat down and wrote up the bill. That was the idea. A watchdog with all of the talent to take on the people that are fleecing Americans. And I have to commend Senator Reid as well for bringing in to the CFPB agenda protection of military families. And they couldn't have chosen a better person than Holly Petraeus. I've worked with her, and she really is trusted and understands what military families face. So what we're doing here today is to take a law that has been on the books for a long time, but to say that we're going to put new enforcement on this law to protect members of the military from the exploitation that's taking place. I want to thank Senator Reid and Congresswoman Duckworth for this effort. We should make it part of a larger effort to not only stop the exploitation when it comes to lending and mortgages, but also when it comes to for-profit schools and many other areas that are taking advantage of our veterans and military. Proud to be part of this effort.